What's up everybody, welcome back to another episode of BH Brewing. We are once again tasting some delicious commercially brewed beers. This week we have the Lost and Found Hold It Down. This is a sessionable IPA brewed with Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe. And thankfully, once and for all, we actually have a sessionable beer because it's only 4.2%. Hallelujah! Here it is then, this is Lost and Found's Hold It Down, which is their sessionable IPA. First things to note, as you probably saw when I was pouring it, this leapt out of the can. It couldn't wait to get in the glass. Very, very foamy on opening, and as you can see, the head retention is pretty good. It's kind of stayed there. It's dissipated a little bit. You can see the kind of the lacing around here, but yeah, pretty good head retention for this beer. In terms of its overall appearance, it's kind of a light yellow kind of colour, very, very hazy, not see-through in the slightest. Very nice appearance actually. It's kind of like that very, very light straw colour, hazy like I would expect almost like a New England IPA really. But yeah, hazy kind of sessionable beer. Let's go in with the aroma. Okay, there's a big hit of kind of tropical fruit as soon as you stick the old snout in there. Now this does say it kind of is meant to be tropical. It says tropical haze, grapefruit, etc. Now from the initial taste, initial smell on that aroma, you certainly get that kind of tropical aroma come through, and it's from the hops. You kind of get initially, it's the grapefruit comes through quite a lot. Then kind of in the background there's that kind of a little bit of I'd say like a lemony kind of aroma to it, also mixed with kind of an underripe melon is the kind of three flavours I get there. Maybe a bit of pineapple too. Yeah, there's definitely a kind of a hint of pineapple vibe to that as well. So it is a kind of a fruit cocktail, if you will, of those kind of grapefruit, underripe melon, pineapple, lemon. It's kind of a real fruit cocktail in there of aromas. Let's give it a try and see how it tastes. It's a strange one because all the kind of notes you get from the aroma don't really translate into the actual flavour of this beer. You certainly get that kind of grapefruit that comes through. It's in the bitterness there. It's not a long lingering bitterness, it's quite short and sharp, and I think that kind of ties into that lemon flavour. Those are the two kind of flavours I get straight away, grapefruit and lemon. Both kind of bitter, but they're not lingering bitterness. They're kind of there, but then they drop off quite quickly, which I don't mind. I'm not a massive fan of when you have those grapefruit flavours and the bitterness just kind of lingers there on your tongue forever. It's not a nice taste. This, on the other hand, is quite nice. It doesn't live up to its aroma and that you get initially, but the first flavour is relatively good. It has a dry finish to it, certainly crisp, kind of lovely on the tongue. Those kind of flavours I was talking about earlier with the bitterness kind of work with that kind of dry kind of end to it. And the mouthfeel is it's kind of like not thin, it's kind of like between between thin and medium. It's kind of slap bang in the middle of that. And it's just, for a sessionable beer, you know, this is not bad. I'm a little disappointed we don't get all those flavours through that we got in the aroma. I'd love a bit more kind of like pineapple to it, or kind of like some of that melon would be lovely. The main, like I said, flavours you're gonna get from this are pineapple and kind of a lemony flavour. But it's quite a nice beer. It's a very sessionable beer. I could see myself sat outside on the balcony enjoying this one. You know, when the weather's nice, this would go down quite nicely. There is one thing to note about this which I'm kind of getting the more I go through. There's kind of a dank taste from the hops. I didn't notice it at first, but after a couple of swigs, that comes in the background as well. So that's something to note. Yeah, so overall that's not too bad, you know. I wouldn't go and rave about it. I wouldn't say this is, you know, the nicest sessionable beer I've had, but it's not bad. I'd give this on a rate beer scale probably a solid, where can I give this? I'd give this a solid 67, around that region, so approaching the 70s. That's not too bad at all. If you want a sessionable beer and you like your kind of zesty flavours and your grapefruit, check this out. It is the Lost and Found Sessionable Hold It Down beer. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button down there. And if you want to see more content like this, me tasting beers, me brewing beers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Cheers.